and welcome to this important occasion. If you can hear me, please indicate. I want to be sure that people can hear me as we proceed. Can you hear me? Please make a comment to indicate that you can hear me. Good evening. First person to comment this important occasion. Can you hear me? Good evening. Please, if you can hear me, indicate. I want to be sure that, okay. Okay, Chair Mela Bright said you can hear me. Okay. That is fantastic to know. The one and only sales guru. Yes, I can hear you. All right, thank you. Welcome on board. Yeah, good evening, everyone who is joining from every part of the world. Greetings to you all. All right. I don't know, is there somebody here that I'm going to give a gift tonight? Maybe. We'll see. As the Spirit leads us, I have some striking things to share with us this evening. And I think this evening is going to be a very, very, very crucial, important. Thank you, Merit. I celebrate you too. Good evening, sir. Yes, blessing. Okay, Ogene. I celebrate you. Tonight is the Blueprint 2026. This is the third year in a row that we have been holding the Blueprint, right? The first edition was in 2023, the second edition was in 2024, and this is the third edition, which is happening in 2025. And what do we do at the Blueprint? Simple. We try to share concepts and strategies that you can adopt to make the coming year the best of your year. If you see, you can see that my eyes are a little bit red, right? I don't know whether it's tiredness or emotional. I think a few minutes ago, I had to reach out to my wife. I said, I feel like I feel emotional about tonight's session. She was not like, is it a positive or negative? Of course, it's positive because the reason why I'm a little bit emotional is because I feel some of the things I'll be sharing now is they are deep to my heart, right? They're very deep to my heart, and I know that somebody that will hear me from that point will get some level of exposure tonight. All right, so I want somebody to just type a prayer here. If you're a Christian, you can type. If you're a Muslim, you can type. Just a short person. Let me appoint Chris Okaga. Chris Okaga, if you can hear me, say. All right, somebody just take a short prayer because we want to start and we want to commit everything into God's hand. All right, Chris, if you can, please just a very short prayer, and we are shooting. We are going to speed at that same speed of light. So, Chris, I'm waiting for you. Type it. Or any person there that can hear me faster than Chris, please just type a very short prayer. And we will just all say a very big amen. Okay, thank you. God will commit this beautiful session into your hand. Please take control and help us to better and deliver a result. Amen and amen and amen. Thank you, everybody that prayed. Sincerely speaking, I love you and I appreciate you. So let's shoot. First of all, congratulations to all of us for coming to this last month of the year. Today is just 23rd. We just have 8 days before the expiration of 2025. I'm also certain that within the period of this year, so many of us have had moments. Some of those moments defined our year. Some of them were not very good. Some things we wrote out as our yearly resolution, we didn't meet them up. So many things that we didn't write as our yearly resolution, we also met them. So good things happened, bad things happened. In fact, personally speaking, I started this year on a very rough note. I had very big ambition. I wrote down my goals. I even started funding it with more than I've ever funded it. At a point, I got a particular result, and after a while, the result disappeared. So I never had it again. And then while I was putting in more effort, the result I was getting was looking saddening. It was discouraging. At a point, it felt like, why don't you just stop putting money in this thing and just rest? That was just what it felt like. However, we kept doing, all of us, we kept going, we kept pushing. And finally, we are here. So there are two categories of people who are listening to me tonight. There are those who have a sense of fulfillment, who say, 2025 is my best year. And there are those who are saying that, this year I wish it can just pass so that we can get into a new year. Whichever category you belong, the thing that is sacrosanct for both the categories is that we have to be thankful to God that, yes, we are here at this moment. So a few things I would like to say before we start. I'm currently in Abuja, and I'm not based in Abuja here, but I frequent Abuja very often. So I'm in a hotel room, and because I'm not in my own house or my office, I don't control the lighting system here. So don't be taken too aback maybe when the hotel light goes off, right? Don't say, oh, no, they've taken light. Yeah, that's what happens in some part of Nigeria, even in hotels. And hotels don't have solar that will say, oh, they back up their light. But I've made sure that no matter how much they take light, this place will not be completely dark. And hopefully they don't take time before they restore their power. So are we on the same page? I just wanted to brief us on that so that it doesn't come to us by surprise. Unfortunately, those that may be joining this class later will not get this particular information. All right, tonight, I am sharing with us the Blueprint 2026. This night, I'm going to be sharing 6 concepts that will define 2026. We may stay here for up to 1 hour, 30 minutes, or 2 hours as the time permits. Now, after the 6 concepts, most important, I'll be sharing with you the 6 concepts that will define 2026. If you are still hearing me, please type in the comment section, go ahead, so that I'll be sure I'm not talking to myself. If you are still hearing me, type in the comment section, go ahead, right? If you are still hearing me, please type go ahead. I want to be sure. Okay, Chris can hear me. Everybody here can hear me. And I want you to do one more thing. If you have a friend or a brother or a sister, someone you would believe or you want to see both of you progress ahead in life, please share the link to this live session to that person. Because I'm so certain that tonight we're going to share something that is very, very deep. All right, so another thing I would like to also say before we proceed is, On this session tonight, I will be bringing some biblical concepts, right? Some of them will be from Bible, biblical concept. It doesn't mean that those of my friends and my brothers and my followers who are from the other faith, maybe you're a Muslim or you're a traditionalist or whatever it is your religion is, you are not in any way excluded. It simply means that these things I'm sharing will just be for our learning process, right? All right, thank you. Concept number 1. And it's, please, if you have a book, try as much as you can to write and jot things down. The concept of times and seasons. The concept of times and seasons. The concept of times and seasons. That's the first concept we are looking at today. The concept of time and season. Time is one thing that makes everybody equal. Everybody has 24 hours. God did not cheat any man. God gave everybody 24 hours per day. 365 days per year. We are located in different parts of the world. Irrespective of where we are located, we still have the same amount of time. So prosperity simply comes in the appropriate utilization of time. There are some shocking things I want you to know tonight. And please, 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 this night session is not a business session. It's not a marketing session. It's not a motivational session, right? Somehow I'm a little bit emotional, but I'm trying to mask it up. There are some sad and shocking things about time that I'm revealing to you tonight. The first thing about time that is so sad and shocking is that every single year that passes by brings us closer to our graves. I know it sounds so harsh, but every single year that passes us, as it brings us closer to our fulfillment, it brings us closer to our passing away from this earth. Just look at yourself, for instance. How old are you? You are probably 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Did you really know when you became this age? Is it not you, me and you, that they gave birth to yesterday? Suddenly, we are just pursuing 30, we are 35, we are 50, we are 40, 45. Time does not announce itself when it comes and when it passes. Fortunately, unfortunately, none of us will ever experience 2025 again in this world after this year. And we just have it like 8 more days left. And 2025 will never be found again in history. It's gone, it's gone. Every single person here have added 1 year this year. Unless maybe those that their birthday fell on, maybe, will I say, between now and the end of the year. Even if it doesn't, if it falls, then you will still celebrate. And every single 1 year that you celebrate brings us, me and you, because all of us will die. Does it bring you some level of consciousness, awareness that as the year is passing, we are approaching the time we are going to die? Nobody knows when his skin changes. Nobody knows when he starts getting wrinkles. Nobody knows. I was telling somebody at a place of training yesterday. That I remember one time when I was very young, one of my brothers then brought somebody that was his girlfriend home, and I was like, God, when? That was the thought that went through my mind. When will it be my time that I can have a girlfriend? Brothers and sisters, I have passed that stage of having a girlfriend now. I'm now a father and a husband. And when that stage of having a girlfriend came, I did not know. It just happened. Just happened. Time is a level, at the same time is a mirage. It doesn't announce itself. The clock does only one thing: keep ticking, going. Whether the world is crumbling or not, is ticking. Whether Nigeria is good, is ticking. Whether America is killing somebody, is ticking. Whether my mother died or not, is ticking. Whether I'm crying because of her, whether I'm spending my time watching Netflix or spending my time on YouTube, is ticking. Time continues to tick forward and never backward. Time is our friend, at the same time is our enemy, because it doesn't wait for any man. Let me also bring to your consciousness that God does not understand year 2023, year 2024, year 2025. Time, in terms of grouping this year, is a full-blown design, an invention of human beings invented calendar as a way, a methodology for measuring time. Until it moved from calendar, they came to a point of clock. So the question is, what does God recognize? If he does not recognize that, do you think in the sight of God there's something like 2026? There's nothing like that. In the sight of God, there's nothing like 2024, 2025. No. Now, God does not bless you according to time. It's according to seasons. And it's not the responsibility of God to activate those seasons on your behalf. You do the activation. What you call favor is simply principles activated. I know that majority of us who are Christians, there is crossover service across all our churches. On 31st night, all of us will still go there, will pray. Those are fantastic. They will declare on us, they will bless us. Sometimes you need to start asking questions. Why is it that this pattern, this methodology that I've adopted over the years has not given me the result that I wanted? Is it not foolishness for somebody to continue practicing something that you cannot trace the impact of that thing in your life over time? Go to your crossover service. I don't have a problem with that. I will go to. I will have prayers. But remember that no matter the amount of declaration and amen that you shout, what determines how you will fare in that year is you. It's you. So God does not understand time, seasons that are activated by humans. That's what God understands. Number 3 thing, and the last thing I want to talk about on the concept of time, is that there is absolutely nothing like time management. Please take note of this. Have you even heard people make some very nonsensical statement like, I'm just passing time, or time is going? No, time is not going. You are the one that is going. See, time was here before we came. Time is here as we are here. Time will continue to be here even when we have gone. So time does not go. It's just a cyclic movement. We are the one that comes, we are the ones that come and go. So you can't manage time. Why? Do you have control of time? Can you stretch time? Can you compress time? Can you pause time? You can never manage what you don't have control over. It is impossible for you to say, oh, I'm learning time management. How do you manage time? What are you managing? You can't manage what is not yours. What you cannot control, what you can't stretch, you can't compress, you can't pause, you can't stop. If, unfortunately, if you remove the battery in the clock in your house, what stopped is the clock in your house, not time. Time does not understand sentiment or your feeling. What then do you manage? Self. You manage self to fit into time. Now listen. Very wealthy people buy time with money. Poor people buy money with time. Poor people will spend more time to get money. Wealthy people will spend more money to buy time. Now, sometimes when you see a very influential person who went and bought private jet, some of you actually think it's a flex. It's no flex. It's the process of buying time to more time to yourself. It's not a flex. It's not a flex. So instead of putting your attention on time management, put your attention on self-management. If you manage yourself well, you will fit into time. So you say, I wake up at 5 o'clock every morning. When I wake up at 5 o'clock, I say my prayers maybe between 5 and 5:30 or 5 to 6 o'clock. I do a little bit study for 6:30. Then I do my regular exercise, maybe push up and press up between 6:30 to 7 o'clock. I take my shower and then I eat. I go to work, for instance. Let's assume that's what are you doing? You are simply programming yourself to fit into an already existing structure, which is called time. There's nothing like time management. This is why I'm telling you, everybody listening to me, please stop postponing actions. Stop saying you will do it tomorrow if it is possible today. Guess what? When tomorrow comes, you don't know. You don't know how you arrived here. Why are you thinking you will know how you arrive at tomorrow? You don't know. You didn't know when you became old. None of us knew. I was talking with my wife the other day. She was just telling me that just like that, times has changed, seasons has changed. We just have a baby. Your life can never become the same like a single person. This season, you don't even know. It's just happening like a flash. Why are you postponing what you can do today to tomorrow? Why? Some of you deliberately, I don't know the word. Don't postpone the actions of today for tomorrow. Don't try it. When you do that, you are hurting yourself. Don't postpone the actions of today for tomorrow. Sometimes we call it procrastination. Sorry, my English is getting what? Procrastination. That's what we call it. And it looks like it's that word we know. We have heard it plenty places. Do you know what? Sometimes you don't deliberately do it. You don't. Oh, let me just watch. Some of you, when you even that spend time on social media, I know that at the end of this year, both Spotify and what is it called? YouTube today gave us highlights of our year, our top channels that we were watching through the year. That actually showed some of us where we are investing our time. You don't have time. You don't. Me and you, we don't have time. We don't have time. Jesus saw this thing when he said that I must do the work of he that sent me while it is day. He said, for the night cometh when no man goes to work. That night is not literary. That night is not literary. It's not like night and day we have. No. There are times that, look at me at my age, mid-30s. Is it possible for me to start nurturing desire to be a world-class footballer at this age? It's not possible. It's not possible. There's no matter let all the bishops of the world and pastors of the world and council of preachers and priests and apostles and evangelists across the universe gather today, carry all the anointing oil in this world and pour on my head. It has become impossible for me to become a world-class footballer. It's impossible because time has eluded me of that opportunity. If I needed to be a world-class footballer, I should have started at the age of 16 or 17. The more time goes, the more there are opportunities you can never access, no matter what happens. Time is our friend. Time is still our enemy. It's our enemy. And there is a popular adage in my language, Igbo language, that says, Mbonye terekachie hono. While it has some negative and add positive, it simply means that whenever you wake up is your morning. Some people, their morning is 60. You can't do anything. It's not, no matter how good intention you have is, you can't just do anything. Is it possible for me now to become a world-class basketball player? It's not possible. If my desire now is to be a professor of mechatronics engineering, how possible is I get that? And if I finally get it, what impact will I make with it before I leave this earth? Because I need to go back to school 5 years, do my master's. Come on. I have a baby, I have a wife. The responsibility is over. The more I've spent this time, there are opportunities I can never access in my life, no matter how I desire it. So 2026, don't make it time, make it season. Make it season. Make it season. Make it season. Don't make it time. Make it season. Make it season. Don't make it time. Make it season. At this level and this dispensation, if you stay and you are waiting for when somebody will encourage you, I'm sorry, you are... See, oh God. See, I don't want to be talking about some people, but you need to understand that, especially if you are a fellow African like me, some people have left us behind. Some people have left us behind. You need to make every single day of your life count. And beg. See, there was something I used to measure my own. I didn't have a 2020, I think it was 2024 I started this thing. I didn't have a 2024 goal written down. You can have that goal. I will come to that. What I did, I had a daily goal in 2024. Daily goal. Daily goal. Daily goal. So the question I was asking myself is, how many hours per day do I put in my work? How many hours per day do I put in my work? That was my daily goal. I want to encourage you, beyond having a 2026 goal, have a daily goal. How does your day start? What do you do when you sleep? Before you sleep, rather. How many hours of work do you put into the day? Some of us, because we are chasing something that is very tangible, we don't even have enough work to do. I need to stop here for time. That is concept number one, the concept of time. Number two is the concept of identity. Please, I think this to me is like, it's the most important concept I want to share tonight. Others are important, but this is like the biggest part of it for me. Is the concept of identity. Identity, which is in quote saying who you are, is greater than process, what you do. Identity is greater than process. God help me. Oh my God. I want to ask you a question. Who are you? Yes, I'll explain, but I want to ask you a question. Who are you? Who are you? Maybe just look at the man that is inside of you. Ask yourself this question. Who are you? Who are you? You think you're a baker? You're not a baker. Think you're a civil engineer? No, that's what you studied in school. You're not a civil engineer. Think I'm a sales coach? No, I learned it. Think you're a social media manager? Think you're a chef? Think you're a photographer? No. If that is all that is about you, you have not seen well. Isaiah chapter 61, if you read from verse 1. Please, every scripture I'm using here is for illustrative purpose, like I said in the beginning. I don't intend to maybe make people of the other faith less important or whatever. A prophecy was said about Jesus Christ. It said, the Spirit of the Lord is upon me. He said, for he has anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor, to heal the brokenhearted, to set the captive free, to all those stuff. And then, listen, please follow me. This is very important. When this thing was written, Jesus wasn't born. When he was born and then came on the earth, one of those days he entered the synagogue, the temple, and they called him to come and read. More like what we call today the Bible reading for the day. So he entered, and the Bible said that he opened the scroll. And when he opened the scroll, he read that same scripture, which is documented again in Luke chapter 4, 17 to 21. And he said that the Spirit of the Lord is upon me, for he has anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor, to heal the brokenhearted, to set the captive free, to cause the blind eyes to see and the lame legs to walk. And the Bible says that when he finished reading that thing, he dropped it. He knew who he was. Remember, what he read was spoken when he was not born. See, listen. Everybody that is born on the face of the earth has a great destiny. Even if it's the person that is born out of rape. There is a song that happened. Some of the things I want to share now, please. God will help me. Have you heard this song? I think it's Moses. It says Moses Akko or somebody. He sang that song. He said, I have come in the volume of the book. It was written about me to do your will, O God. See, there is no greatness that you manifest that is a surprise to God. There is no greatness that you manifest that will surprise God. The time you were born was not when you were born in the realm of the spirit. Hi. Oh God. See, I tell somebody, see, when they said, oh, Jesus was born in the manger, in the realm of the spirit, Jesus has been born. We were just waiting for the physical manifestation of what has already been concluded in the realm of the spirit. So when Jesus was born was not when he was born. It was when time found its expression of that thing that has happened long time ago. When I was born was when time found expression to bring me to this world. I'm not here by error. I'm not here by mistake. These things are deeper than words can say. I'm not just existing here. That is why this particular scripture, it says a king. How does the Bible put it? A man in honor that knoweth not is like a beast that perishes. It got to a point. The spirit asked Jeremiah, Son of man, what do you see? He said, I saw a branch of an almond tree. And God said, the spirit said, yes, you have seen well. And because you have seen well, I will hasten it. I'm repeating that question to you. What do you see about your life? Are you seeing the limitations in your environment? See, that is why I believe 100% that the greatest responsibility on the face of the earth is parenting. Because God gave you someone he has molded in time where you don't know, and found you worthy to be a channel that he's going to make that expression of his molding to the earth, and handed you over that child. The same way we were molded in time immemorial. If your birthday is December 2002, or let's say 1995, that was the day that the earth found an expression of somebody that you cannot tell the time that person has been fashioned. What if Jeremiah never saw well? And after God said, I will hasten it, he said, because from your mother's womb, I've ordained you to be a prophet to the nations. But until you see it, it cannot manifest. Nobody arrives at destiny that it does not see. The reason why some of us are not getting the life we want is that we are too casual. It's like a man who has a gold and doesn't know the value of the gold he has. Do you know who you are? Do you think you are just somebody that just arrived? I don't even care what your family background is. You don't know where me that is talking to you I'm coming from. You don't know. You don't know. You don't know. You came from God. You're not an accident. You're not. If you don't understand this, every single thing you do, you just be among those chasing the cloud. Everybody was born to be great. Everybody was born to be great. Every single person was born to be great. Remember that in 2025, you are walking from a consciousness of who you are, even though your prevailing circumstances does not support it. We are shared about the story of the former president of the United States of America, Barack Obama. He caught the vision of becoming the president of America at the age of 11. And what he was doing when he was in high school is that when it was time for break or maybe playtime or whatever, Obama would squeeze himself into the library. He went there and was researching. People that knew him would say, this guy, you are living a boring life. No, he has conceptualized an identity. His actions cannot be the same with every other person. That's why that cake you are doing, do it like somebody God sent on message. Do it like a king. That's your expression part time. That's your expression part time. Who are you, please? Who? Oh my good God. Whew. Okay. I'm really sorry, but those people who have understood the concept of identity, they don't mistake momentum for destination. They don't mistake momentum for destination. In John chapter 6, verse 15, Jesus had fed the 5,000 with 5 loaves and 5, how many? 5 loaves and 12 fishes. And after they were all well fed, they said, Jesus is the king. They say, make him the king of the Jews. The Bible said something, that Jesus ran away. He withdrew himself and ran away. That ran away is not in the spirit. He ran away literally. Why? These people were about to give him something that is not in line with his identity. He knew where he was going. Hi! He knew where he was going. Sometimes they will call you proud. They will say you are living a boring life. They will say you are not friendly. They will say you are arrogant. It's because you have an identity. You are jealously guarding it, jealously protecting it. Because this life doesn't have duplicate. Very soon we will go. We will go. Do you really think about this? Think about some of your uncles, your fathers, that have gone. We will go. We will go. We will leave this earth. Let's assume, if God permits all of us now that are listening to me to reach 80, 90, 100, we say that's life well spent. Minus your year from what is remaining. And out of the one that is remaining, you have basically spent some of the most energetic and useful years of your life trying to find and be fit into the popular opinion of people. God forbid. What did they not call Jesus? They say that the spirit of Beelzebub is upon him. He ran away. His identity. They that have found their identity don't make friends with everybody. They that have found their identity don't spend their time the way everybody spends it. They that found their identity don't read at the same rate everybody is reading. They that found their identity don't go to the same place everybody goes. If you have a boring personal life, I can guarantee you that thing that the world call a boring life, you will have a fruitful life outside. As I'm talking about this identity, I know that some of us are saying, but how? How can I get this? How? I don't understand how this thing works. I don't know my identity. Hold on, it's not a big deal. But from 2026, there are things I want you to be paying close attention to. Many years ago, I came across a Bible scripture, John chapter 1, verse 12, 13 and 14. Verse 12 says that as many as, remind me again, as many as are born of God, say they are the sons of God. To them he gave power, yes, to become the sons of God. But my emphasis majorly was on verse 13 and 14. He says there are they that are not born of the will of the flesh, nor of the desires of man. Kai. That was the day I came to find out that my mother and my father were not actually my parents. God was the number one parent. Do you know what? My mother and my father were a channel through which that manifestation became a reality on the face of the earth. I started asking myself questions. The day that my father met with my mother, that night they probably had the sexual intercourse and became pregnant of me. Was my father able to determine whether that night my mother will be pregnant or not? And even if at all he was to determine that my mother will be pregnant that night, was he able to determine the kind of gender that sexual intercourse will produce? The answer is no. Nobody is born casually. God has a point. Do you know how many people that have been praying for years for this child? Then you were born, you think you are ordinary. I didn't just come to this earth to occupy space and finish just and go. No. I came on a mission. Came on a mission, and that mission is first to transform myself and transform my world. That's why if you know what you have, you jealously guard it. They will call you names. Anybody that fulfills destiny, one thing you must master is enjoying being called names. And that's why when you see people, you treat them with utmost care and respect, because everybody is God moving in human form, is God finding expression on the face of the earth. We are gods finding expression on the face of the earth. Oh, there is this illustration that Miles Moreau did. Oh, I wish I had a glass cup here. This is a cup. This is a cup. I have a cup here. This is a bottle of water, right? This is a bottle of water. Now, this is God, who is the source. And this is us, human being, who is the resource. Now, this is what happened. God opened himself and poured himself here. And what happened is that whatsoever you can find in the source, you can find it in the resource. And in most time, you don't get to see the source. You see the resource. So the best way to know what the source looks like, the best way to know what the source tastes like is to experience the resource. And because this source is always overflowing, it's unlike this bottle that you can completely empty here. The source is never emptied. That is why anytime the resource depletes, as long as this resource can find its way back to its source, it gets refilled. That's why no matter your error, no matter how much time you think you have wasted in your life, go back to the source. You will get more refreshing. And that source is not a mystical stuff, it's in you. You know why I'm saying this? Because the more we continue to do the rat race and chase what everybody is chasing, the more you continue to live a miserable life. See, let me not go too much. But anytime you start feeling depressed, what you are pursuing is too small. Write it down. Anytime you start feeling depressed in your life, there has been a disconnect between the source and the resource, and what you are pursuing at that time is too small. Let me give you 4 ways to identity. 4 ways. And I want you to take very keen interest in this thing, especially in 2026. Number 1 is pain. See, in 2026 and beyond, whatsoever makes you to have pain, please sit back and find out why. Because every pain is a gift God gives to man. Every pain is a gift God gives to man. When I lost my mother, it was a lesson to me. And the Holy Spirit started teaching me, love people now. Show them love now. Don't postpone kindness. You don't know when anybody is leaving. It was a major encounter in my life. Don't ignore pain. Don't pray for it, but whenever something that pains you really come to you, embrace it. There is a message inside. Oh, TD Jakes will always say that pain always comes with, anytime you unwrap pain, there is a gift in it for you. Anytime you unwrap pain, there is a gift in it for you. You may start reconnecting. Are there things that have happened to you that looked like, oh, they were not? See, I spent majority of my time being a primary school teacher. and part of it a secondary school teacher. You don't know where some of us are coming from. We don't, so because it has been bastardized, the story of grass to grace. Sometimes when I felt I was wasting my life, I didn't know God was taking me through the process of public speaking without knowing. I didn't pray for it. See, if your girlfriend breaks, you know, sometimes you say, oh, your girlfriend or somebody you were planning to marry broke your heart. Somebody say he wants to commit suicide. That is somebody that have not understood identity. Don't pray for pain. Don't blindly go and enter pain. But whenever anything of pain, it could be a disappointment. It could be a rejection on a job you have hoped for. It could be a rejection on a contract. It could be somebody you so much trusted disappointing you. Don't feel that your world has ended or something bad. No, no, no. Most times, pain is a gift God gives to man. Embrace pain. Embrace pain. It's a gift God gives to man. Next year, don't run away from pain. Don't run away from disappointment. Embrace it. And those that embrace pain, they love themselves. Let me tell you something. I've not shared this thing anywhere. Some time ago, when I newly got married, you know, then we're waiting to give birth to a child and stuff like that. So one day, a very concerned brother came to me and said, oh, he wanted to give me, you know, how do I call it, encouragement on to say, oh, don't worry, this. So when he came, I just allowed him to talk for a while. I just didn't want to hear that thing. Anything that brings me pity or somebody trying to show me some level of pity, I disconnect from it completely. So when I allowed him that few minutes, and I started talking to him, how I've never for one day considered that, oh, maybe I was looking for a child. So I ended up spending about 30 minutes talking to him. The person that came to encourage me left my house encouraged. Pain, number one. Number two, passion. Now, I know most of us have heard passion, and they tell us that passion is what you like. No. Why the first one I said is pain? The second, pain that chose you. The second one is actually pain that you chose. So passion comes from I think it's a Greek etymology, passio. And that passio means pain. Pain. So passion simply means chosen pain. Pain that you opened your eyes and chose. So what passion literally means is you enjoying suffering for something you love. And listen, love can be chosen. Love is a decision. You can love something and unlove something. That means you decide to love. You decide to love. So when you say, I am passionate about this thing, what you are simply saying is that I am willing to suffer for this thing, irrespective of what it will cost me to see its actualization. A man is so passionate about his family. That is why, even if it means him carrying blocks just to make sure that there is food on the table for his family, he will do it. Passion simply means deliberately chosen pain. To choose the pain for something that you have decided to love. So passion is not God-given. Passion is human decision. Passion is decided. And even though you find a trace for it and say, okay, this is something I can do naturally, the question is that If you now say, I'm passionate about it, it means you have decided to bear every consequence, no matter what happens along the line of that thing. I am willing to accommodate all the pain to see this thing to fruition. That's passion. So you see now, it's no longer, I'm passionate about cake. It's that you are willing to allow the fire to burn you, the oven to heat you, the zero sales not to work until it works out. That's passion. Remember, we're looking at 4 ways to identity. Number 3, I need to be fast. See, this identity took us longer time because of the importance. Number 3 rather, is profession. And by profession, I mean what you're already doing. What did you, some of us, we studied in school is not by fluke. Some of us may never use it. But what are you doing at the moment? Whenever you don't know what to do, the road to identity, please write this thing down. It's the most important thing I'm going to say here. Whenever you don't know what your identity is, or whatever your passion is, or what you love doing, whenever you are confused, you think at that level you don't know, the goal is to commit to excellence in what is already at hand. Let me say it again in another way. Whenever you are confused as about what identity is, or what your passion is, or what you love doing, whenever you are confused, the greatest assurance, the most important thing you need to do is to commit to excellence in what you already have at hand. Let me give you an example. Let's assume you want to build a very big automobile company. That's one of your visions for life. At this moment, you are born in a very rookie village. The only thing they could send to you to do is to learn mechanic. The goal for discovering is that at that time you are learning mechanic, commit to excellence in doing the mechanic. What happens is that is what is called neurological pattern. Every time you perform a task over and over again, your brain records that pattern and stores it. And because the brain is very lazy, whatever it stores, it keeps it. So what happens is that when you finally get the opportunity of moving from that mechanic to being an auto part, what you are going to execute at that level of being an automobile owner is the same thing that your brain has patterned when you were a mechanic. If you were the type of mechanic that swindled people when you were doing mechanic, when you have an automobile shop, you found it. I think it was Ecclesiastes chapter 9 verse 10 or 10 verse 9. It says, whatsoever thy hand findeth doing. Whatsoever thy hand findeth doing. Whatsoever, not what you like, not what you enjoy. No. If you're a teacher, when I was a teacher, I used to tell someone, I say, I was always burying myself on the television, listening to news, what is happening, reading newspapers. I said I wanted to go to class every day and make sure that everyone in my class left the class with something different and unique for their lives. The road to true identity is commitment to excellence and what is at hand. He said, whatsoever thy hand findeth, whatsoever, not when you get the dream job. Whatsoever thy hand findeth doing, whatsoever. You don't need to like baking. Be excellent at baking. You don't need to like what you are doing. You don't need to you don't like being a hairdresser. Whatsoever, be excellent. Execute excellently. What you are doing is that you are storing a system in you that when the bigger opportunity comes, you execute at the same level of excellence. Excellence becomes a habit. And that is the habit of high flyers. Don't wait until the good opportunity comes. No, no. Even if what you are doing is a volunteering opportunity. Like I used to tell everybody in the team wherever I've worked, I said I can't be here and it doesn't work out. It's not possible. I can't be here. I told my wife a long time ago, I said I cannot be sacked from a company. It's not possible. It's not bragging. I know it's the identity. I'm committed to excellence. It's not possible that I don't bring value to the table. It's not possible. It's not possible. Whatsoever your hand findeth doing, whatsoever. Are you a tailor? I kept telling my guy, come on, do this. How can you sew clothes for me? I'm seeing trades. Print of trades there. Are you okay? Is that how God executes? You cut my hair, you are shaving one inside and the other one outside. Whatsoever. That's those that have discovered that identity. See, every day they are improving themselves. That's why they say high flyers, our lives are very boring. Our lives are very boring. Because sometimes while everybody's playing, imagine if I'm a fashion designer, while everybody's playing, I'm on YouTube, I'm reading, I'm researching what made Gucci, what made Louis Vuitton, how did they do what they did? What led them to where they are? What team vote they do? What is Yomi Casual doing? Profession. Hold it tight. Whatever you are doing now, excellence. The last one is research. Research. He said, I, Daniel, I understood by books. By books. Kind. By books. By books. Some people come to this world, though, they live and just die. That's what all the masses do. They just live and die. The day they die, the world forgets them. They only remember them maybe who they are, their village. There's nobody that has a great destiny that is not a friend of books. If it's not this time around, to God alone be all the glory. Technology has made it simple. You can be washing plating instead of you playing one nonsense music by, I don't want to mention anybody's name. When you are washing your clothes, why don't you go on Spotify? Go and start playing an audiobook. That thing you want to do, who is doing it at the level of the gods? Can't you research him? Who has done it? What did it take them? It's research. And by reading, it's not reading to improve your intellectualism. It's reading to continue to unveil. Oh, God. I wish there's a way I can pass the way this whole thing is in my head, the understanding, and just pass it to somebody. I'll just feel like fulfilled. Whew. Who are you? Who are you? Do you know at a point Jesus asked them, who do you say I am? Who do men say I am? Who do men say I am? Who do men say I am? Who do men? It's not implementation. Somebody say not just reading, but implementation. No, see. Maybe let me dwell a little bit on this identity. I think it's the most important thing for us tonight. Reading to become is more than reading to do. You get, see, the reason why I read most times is that as I read, there is a consciousness inside of me that is awoken. I was just flying from Abuja to Lagos. While I was in that flight, I opened the book I bought at the airport. And as I was reading one particular chapter, The author asked a simple question. What do you want to do in your industry? Do you want to dominate? Do you want to create something entirely new? Or do you want to just succeed? Kai! I started asking myself this deep question. How come I've never asked myself this question for a long time? What happened is that as I read, it came into cognizance with the God inside of me, and he reacted to it. Some people that see what we have done, we've not done up to 1% of what God has given to us. I need to roll. I'm just in concept number 2. Are you sure we are going to finish this thing tonight? It's 17 minutes gone already, 1 hour, 10 minutes. But we'll finish it. I don't mind if it's one person that is here. Concept number 2. Number 3, rather. I don't know, are we getting something so far? I'm seeing the comment. I feel that yes, some of us are getting, and those of you that are calling me Papa, thank you. This is my mantle. I'm unleashing it. My mantle. And I promise I will not collect offering today. I will not collect offering today. So some people are saying, I've not seen THG in this dimension before. I thought it's only sales and marketing that he knows. We have an identity. We came from somewhere. All right, thank you. Concept number 3, the concept of one. The concept of one, or you can call it the concept of singularity. The concept of one. Concept of one. Or you call it the concept of singularity. But for better and easier reference, let's call it the concept of one. Here, in this part, in this third concept, I'm going to offend as many people here as possible. Apostle Paul says something in 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 24. He said, know ye not that whosoever runneth that though in a race many run, but only one obtains the target. He said, I don't run carelessly. I run as the one who wants to obtain the target. And in Matthew chapter 6, verse 22 and 23, Jesus gave an illustration. He says, when the eyes be single, the whole body is full of light. The concept of one. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to beg you, do one thing, find one thing that you are willing to bury your entire life in. Find it. Is it dancing? Is it singing? Is it sales? Is it marketing? Is it HR? Is it technology? Is it AI? Is it engineering? Is it medicine? Find it. Stop jumping from one thing to another. Remember, there is nothing that holds life, or say this is the only thing that has success. Nothing like that. If you watch, I did everything possible to bring more number to this live session, but I still know these people here, God sent them somehow. Find one thing. That doesn't mean that if you are doing 3 things and I should discard them. No. Some of you may be in MLM, you are in real estate, and maybe you are still doing some fashion by the side. But the question I want to ask is that those 3 things, Is there one that you want to become a leader in it? I say it very often that you can never become a leader in an industry that you practice part-time. Leadership in any industry is attained by focus. Laser focus. Laser focus. Laser focus. It is always specialization before diversification. 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 Treasure Soko said, I want to be a leader in the beauty industry. Fantastic. Treasure can sell real estate by the side, but every proceed that comes from real estate, for instance, she uses it and pumps it into the beauty industry and practicing it. Practicing it. When they say, bury yourself in something, if you take a seed of a corn and bury it on the ground, when you look at that place you bury that in, do you see the corn? No, what you see is the earth covering it. So when people see me, they literally see sales and marketing. That's why it looks like I'm an authority that you can listen to. Because, thank you, somebody said Ministry of Sales Guru. You can say that. Can I do structure? Yes. Can I do HR? Yes. Can I do leadership? Yes. But hey, there's a time that when I'm talking on leadership, you listen to me by fire, by force, whether you like it or not. Because I've built something. The money you are trying to chase in running after everything is waiting for you at the optimized level of one thing you have chosen. Not to brag, but by the special, I think between now and January, I'll probably be on the air for more than half of the time. Because I'm just traveling from one place to another, just fulfilling mandate. But from the beginning, it was not so. When I started this coaching, some people reached out to me, oh, come, I want you to be part of our company. You are doing this one. I ran the way Jesus ran. I ran before, the way Jesus ran. Because I saw it, this was a distraction. Am I going to stay in this thing? Thank you, Chima. Good Bible student. Chimako Global. Unless a corn of wheat falls, it abideth alone. Unless it dies, unless it's buried, it abideth alone. Nobody in the continent of Africa, and by extension the world, will do sales and marketing better than me. Go write it down somewhere. And by extension, a time will come when it will be, for me to enter the place and speak for 20 minutes, you drop 20 million to 50 million. That's why I say that the money is not in your industry or practice. The money is in mastery. Is in whatever you have mastered. The real money is in mastery. Is in whatever you have mastered. Those of you in the medical field, you understand. There are those they call consultant. And there are those they call medical officers. The consultants, they spend less time. They earn more. See, you get to a level where you are paid to do the job. And then you go to a level where you are paid to direct others to do the job. That's mastery. You are being paid now to do the job. Keep developing. Just remember that you are paid also. There's a level where you need to go. That level you will be paid. And the only reason why you are being paid is to galvanize others to do the job. And you get to a highest level where you are paid only to do what? Think for others. Somebody say, what if that or that things require skill? Of course, develop the skills to pursue one thing. The most I'm not saying if you have two businesses, close them. No. Look for the one you want to be a leader in. When money comes from others, put it there. Thank you. Somebody saying here, say, I can see some improvement from your 2024 and 2025 blueprint in terms of confidence and presentation. It means that me too, I'm still growing. I'm still growing, yes. Still growing. I think the replay should be on. I hope the team will be able to share it across. Let's look at some people. You know why I'm spending a little more time on these things? Because these are the foundational things that make us to achieve very less. It's not as if we're not going to conference or getting trained or stuff. No, but there are some foundational things that are debilitating our energy and strength. Let's look at CR7, someone that most of us love so much. He's paid millions of dollars just to kick the football. Bro, he has spent some decades sharpening his axe. He's now paid to kick. Does he have investment in hospitality? Yes. Can he own an what is it called? An aviation company now? Yes. He can own any can you own a fashion outfit? He can own any damn thing. Specialization has brought him to the level where he's not diversified. Many people need to first of all solve their income problem before you start talking of investment problems. Whatever you are doing, optimize it. The question you should ask yourself is, do I want to play long in this industry? Any industry you think that, yes, if I stay long here to give me the kind of life I've always dreamt of, stay in that industry. Can you do other side businesses? Yes. But when you get proceeds from those side businesses, put it there. Some of us look at Tony Elime. Oh, he has, for instance, Transcorp Hilton, hospitality, Hess Holdings, Hess Technology, Transcorp Power. He's into real estate. He's into technology. He's into different things. He's in the financial sector. How did Tony Elumelu come to this level? Did he start all this investment when he was at the bottom? When you see Tony Elumelu, you see economics, banking. That's where he grew, became big, diversified. Specialization before diversification. For everything, body that is connected to me, what I owe you by the grace of God is truth, nothingness. And sometimes it's very, it's not usually conducive. But I will still say it nonetheless. Now, I want to read out something for you here that I wrote from my paper here. I call it the asset classes. I chose just 4. I think there are about 7 of them that I know, but let's look at these 4. Number 1 asset class I have here is real estate. Number 2, shares. Number 3, equity financing. Number 4, self. I would rather put... Hold on, depending on the level you are, please don't misunderstand me. I would rather put more money on myself than my real estate investment. Because for me, I have a greater appreciation rate than my land. If I have 5 million today, I may prefer to either fly to the US, or let's say 10 million, go to the US and do maybe a 1-week course, just find strategies around it, expose myself to an international community, connect with international community. The reward from that investment is likely to give me more money than tying my money down. Don't get me misquoted. Buy properties when you need, especially when you need. Anytime you have money that you think you don't know what you want to use it to do, use it and buy property. agree with you, especially in a place where you know it's a little bit easier to resell. Don't go and buy property in Njaba. Your long-term, the people that do that long-term investment are those that have arrived. You are still struggling to figure out your income. You are going to buy land in a place that will appreciate in the next 20 to 25 years. Among all the asset classes, you are the number one asset. Invest more money in yourself. Invest more money in your exposure. Invest more money in your knowledge. Invest more money in your skills. Invest more money. Just the greatest asset that a man has is his brain. There's no investment to put in yourself that is too much. No. How do you think I communicate like this so freely? Do you think it just came by chance? Okay, somebody said I should recap the asset classes. Real estate, shares, buy company shares, yes. I think one of those that will bring an investment expert to come and teach us on how to invest. Equity financing. Equity financing is like you are putting money in somebody's company to be a co-owner, part of the shareholders in the company. You help the person grow his business and then you share profit. And the last one is self. Among all of them, which are fantastic asset classes, self is the most important. And the one that has the highest return on investment is yourself. I know we've gone almost half of this class. Yes, half. Please, I'll still encourage you because we still have 3 more concepts to look at. Copy this link, share it to somebody you know. Let them join the class because this is extremely important for them. Copy the link to this class, share it to somebody that you so much believe in. Bring them on board. Yeah, somebody's saying, I hope we'll have access to the video to watch again. Yeah, sure. Sure, I think we'll play the replay. We'll watch the replay. Okay. However, we can still decide not to send it. Right? All right, thank you. Concept number 4. The 4th concept. I think we have done 3. Someone say, can you recite concept? Concept number. Please don't drag us back. You came late. The concept of times and seasons, the concept of identity. Number 3 is the concept of one. Number 4 now is the concept of, please listen to my language. This is the concept of subconscious consciousness. Subconscious consciousness. That's number 4. The concept of subconscious consciousness. Subconscious consciousness. I'm mentioning it again because I know that most of us, this may be the first time we're hearing something like that. The concept of subconscious consciousness. Right? James chapter 1, verse 23 to 25. There was a story that was painted around. It said, do not be hearers alone, but doers of the word of God. He said, for there are some of us, he gave an illustration of someone who, say for he that reads and does not, is like that person who goes to a mirror like this, beholds himself, how beautiful you are, facing a mirror here, seeing how handsome this man is. And while I walk out of this place and go, I find somebody who says, oh, you are such an ugly man. I now forget the same man I saw here and say you are beautiful. I forgot the man on my way. Now somebody said, I am not beautiful, and I get angry. How did I easily forget the image I've seen? We talked about the concept of identity. You have said that you are going to be a multi-millionaire, a multi-billionaire. Tomorrow, you don't have 1 naira to buy food. You slept hungry and maybe soaked garri and drank without sugar, without milk. The circumstance will come to challenge what you have believed, if truly you believed in it. Every time you take a major decision and there is no challenge that comes to challenge that decision is not major. Some of you may go, your goal for next year is that I want to move my real estate sales. If I achieved whatever I achieved this year, I want to do it 5 times or 10 times next year. Then you spend January nothing, February nothing. Don't give up on what you have seen. That's what I call the TWAT formula. TWAT, T-W-A-T. T-W-A-T, TWAT. I wish I was in my office. I would have used the board to write it. But TWAT, T-W-A-T. The first T stands for time. TWAT. The W stands for worse. Sorry, the first T stands for thought, please. Thought, not time. Thought. The W stands for words. The A stands for action. And the last T stands for time. So TWAT. Look at it here. TWAT. I don't know if you can see. TWAT. Yes. T for thought, W for words, A for action, and the last T for time. TWAT formula. I will explain what it means. This is, remember I'm explaining the concept of subconscious consciousness. Now, life originates from thought. And the gateway to thought is the ear and the eyes. That is why everyone that has conceptualized identity is careful of what enters his eyes and what enters his ears. Because these are the only gateway to the most treasured part of a human, the mind. So thoughts move to words and then actions. The reason why many of us here don't become what we desire to become is because those thoughts we had, we didn't allow time to have impact on them. Now, there are 2 phases or 2, which word will I use now? 2 zones of the mind. That's the conscious and the subconscious. The conscious is on top and the subconscious is down. For instance, everything you are listening to me and learning tonight is awakening one part of your mind, your conscious mind. So that thing enters your mind, you are conscious of it, it just stays there. The problem with the conscious mindset is that it doesn't retain information for too long. Something can come and take away that's why what we were conscious about 2 minutes ago may not be the same thing you are conscious about now. See, I'm teaching you the back end of what controls life. So what happens is, now when you get that thought, please allow time to have impact on them. Learn to have a thought for a longer time. And the only strategy for it is vocalization and repetition. So sometimes that's why I encourage everybody to write. When the thought comes, write. If you can, my brother entered my room long time ago and saw how I decorated my mirror with words. So in fact, on my notes now, I've just formulated some things that I'm framing to keep in my office. Because I want something that will always be coming to my eyes and my ears to remind me of what has already been in my conscious. So what happens is that When a thought stays in your conscious mind for a while, and that thought sometimes grows into words, and then you've acted on it, and then it has stayed for a long time, time has had a lot of impact on them. What happens is that thought will now move to your subconscious mind. Anything that makes the mistake of moving to your subconscious mind, that's who you are. That is why the subconscious mind is reactive and not active. For instance, if you are walking and you hit your leg on a stone, any word that comes out of your mouth is what is in your subconscious. The question I'm asking you, is your identity in your subconscious mind or your conscious mind? And sometimes for you to move a reality from your conscious mind to your subconscious mind, it can be 10 years. It's a thought you have battled with for 10 good years. I remember many times ago when I got this conceptualization that I can't be poor. It's not possible for me to be poor. Somebody I respected so much that time asked me one, and I scolded him, my elder. It was after scolding him that I came to the realization that, oh, I just scolded this person. Why? Because that thought has entered my subconscious. It's now part of who I am. Thank you. That's why meditation is good. It's the ability to take a thought, keep on it for a long while. Keep on it for a long while. Keep on that thought. Situations will come to change it. Keep on it. Keep on it. I know my friend here, Ioma, she's here. Oh, when her husband told me the kind of faith she demonstrated, and she got what she's, sometimes we call, yes, it's faith. Everybody has faith. Both the unbelievers, they have faith. Just that what we have faith on differs. So the third formula is T, which is thought, plus W, which is words, plus A, which is actions. Those of you that did math, T plus W plus A, close bracket multiplied by time. That is the formula for life. Let me write. If I had my this thing here, thought plus W, words plus action, all of them multiplied by time. This is the formula for life. Thought, the first is, sorry, I didn't write it well. Thought plus words plus action. If you add all these things together, multiply it by how long you have stayed or how long you have lived. What's the thought? Now, this thing shows you that actually life starts from thought. Life originates from thought. That's why you have to be careful what people speak into you. When you have an idea, who do you speak first to? Life originates from thought. This is where life originates from. And any thought you hold for a while manifests into words. And when you hold that word for a longer time, it manifests into actions. And the longer you do this thing, that's the time, determines the kind of person you are. So the question I'm asking you, what kind of thought do you hold for a longer period of time? You want to marry a very fine man. It's a beautiful desire. So whatever, can you hold that thing for a long? See, remember, anytime you conceptualize a very qualitative thought, circumstances will come on board to neutralize it. You will experience some things that are very opposite to it. Why are those things happening? They came to challenge whether what you spoke about, you actually believed in it. And that's how the word works. Whenever it comes and challenges you. Do you know what the Bible said? That when Satan came to tempt Jesus, Bible said that the devil departed from him for a while. Oh, don't take me back to the concept of identity. A man who finished 40 days and 40 nights fasting, and the Spirit led him to the wilderness. And he got there and said, if you truly are a son of man, Jesus was hungry. After 40 days and 40, turn this bread to... This is the man who had turned water to wine. Oh. Identity. And what was in it? Oh, God. Hi. Oh, my God. Woo. When this picture of the identity has stayed very long in your mind, that you have moved it from the place of your conscious mind to your subconscious, it becomes who you are, just waiting for the manifestation of time. There is nobody that have conceptualized identity that does not succeed. Not one person. Not one person. That is the concept of subconscious consciousness. Your subconscious is now conscious of something. There are people like this that if you say you are a bastard, they will react. Something is already in their subconscious. There are people that say, you did this, I will do you back. It's a state of the subconscious. What is in yours? Remember, I said that the subconscious is reactive. That when you don't have money, what's the first thought that comes to your mind? That's your subconscious. That's your identity. When things are not moving well, what's the first thing that happens? Unfortunately, what they have come to help, social media is killing us, because most times we no longer have time to think. When we are bored, we just take it. When things, we just go on social media and, oh my God, and forget everything. That's why, for you to continue to update your conscious mind, you have to continue to feed it with something fresh and dynamic, and repeat even the one you have gotten before that you think are still relevant. And the more you continue to feed it, it stays on your conscious mind, vibrating, going through challenges, vocalizing, acting, evaluating, going again. When you finally come to terms with it, it just drops down to your subconscious. That is who you are. Nobody can take it away from you. I knew I was going to be rich long ago. I knew it. When I was in school, I started answering rich, and I knew it. And whenever it happened, I knew it. If it doesn't happen, I will be surprised. That is happening, I'm not surprised. And it's all to the glory of God. It's not a thing of pride. I don't even have money yet, but I will. Oh, come on. Oh, you know, when we don't have money, I used to tell my wife then, who was my girlfriend, I say, well, this life we're living is not a life of you bought a car and built a house and sent your children to school. That is a middle class mirage. Knowing beyond normal knowledge. Thank you. If you like, you can call it a knowing. Sorry, I don't drink both the resource and the sauce. So I'm now a new sauce. Oh my God. Concept number 5. Concept number 5. Woo! I love this. The concept of isolation. I think I mentioned this concept last year, but let me say it again. Thank you. Somebody said I speak like Dr. Cosmos Madika. Thank you. I think maybe it's the same spirit. The concept of isolation. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the concept that Jesus practiced all through his ministry in life. This is the concept. I learned it, and when I learned, I started imbibing by it. Do you know that at every time Jesus did something incredible, like a miracle, healing the sick, raising the dead, opening the eyes, he will withdraw. Bible says he will withdraw and go into the, is it desert? No, whatever. How did they mention that thing? Please, Bible student, remind me. He will go into the what? Hi, oh God, to pray. Isolation does not mean only prayer, but you need to always create a time where you isolate. Wilderness, thank you, good Bible student, into the wilderness or quiet place. Wilderness, thank you. What is wilderness? Where there is no pleasure, no interaction, no interference, a solitary place. You will withdraw from the crowd, withdraw from Facebook likes, withdraw from Instagram live, withdraw from trending topics. And go and stay there. Bible saying, Proverbs chapter 18 verse 1. He said, through desire, a man separates himself. Through desire, a man separates himself and intermeddles with the affairs of life. Every quarter, once a year, twice a year, find time for loneliness, lonely moments. Let me not say lonely. Find lonely times. Find lonely times. Those of them that are designed leave. This was what leave was all about. It was never for rest or relaxation. It was a time for reflections, re-strategizing, evaluations. Once every year, I uninstall all my social media apps. Maybe for 1 week, maybe for 1 month. Once every year. It's a practice I do all the time. Christmas is coming. Not only you they born Jesus for. And even that celebration where you won't go do. Truly, not be Christ they celebrate. Oh. Some of you will blow the hell out of these 2 weeks. Zero productivity. When people are just gyrating, is it not a time for you to retreat? That's what they call it, retreat. What do you do in the days of retreat? You evaluate what you have been doing so far. Where is this thing good? Where is this thing not doing good? You see that is that what happened at that time is that you are having an aerial view of your daily operation. And when you are out of your operation to view your operation, you see things that you never get to see when you are there. So that is the concept of isolation. Always, your own can be 30 minutes, once a week. Find time for thinking time, evaluation time, reflection time. How is your life going? How do you treat people? Do you really love? Are you a person that really shows mercy? Are you happy? Do you really think that internally you are happy? How do you express your happy? Are you a happy person? Are you really loving? Do you care? Am I on the right line? Is it possible that if I do this thing continuously this way, I will get the result I'm looking for? Find time for isolation. Whether you are married, you have 10 children, I don't bloody care. You know, I used to tell my wife something and I said, I will not lose my life raising a child. I will not. The same way my child has a destiny to fulfill, I have a destiny to fulfill. The same way my child has a destiny, I have. Extract yourself because you must grow as your child is growing. Find lonely time. Find lonely time. Or should I call it alone time? When you're alone, reflecting, intermediate with your spirit man, researching, finding, doing more. I took a lot of time. I researched all the people who were doing coaching in this country and in Africa by extension. I found 2 people I could stick with. Two. It came from my time of isolation. Nobody, the sales guru, nobody heard of it. Nobody knew. Where does it? Whew. See, those people that found something in their place of isolation, they are dangerous to their world. They will be manifesting. People will clapping for them. You don't know where it came from. And one thing is certain, whatever you have found during your time of isolation, oh, you run with it in confidence. You run with it in confidence. Practice isolation. You have a target now. Maybe you for your sales next year. First quarter is gone. Come back, reflect again. We don't do retreat. I went to do a training yesterday. I said, how often do you guys do this retreat? Do you do retreat once a year? You mean what I learned in January, I will just run to the next December? That's why you are still struggling. We come back again and analyze what's up. And whenever you are pleased, whenever you're evaluating yourself, don't evaluate yourself in comparison with what another person is doing. As healthy, as good as that thing means that it can challenge you, but evaluate yourself with your potentials. And make sure, see, I don't know who this thing is for, but make sure you are happy. Make sure you're a happy person. Don't be disgruntled. No matter what life has thrown at you, don't be disgruntled. Be a happy person. Love yourself and love people. Love people. Love people without anything in return. You will live a healthier life. It doesn't matter. See, time changes a whole lot of things. Time change. See, if nobody has ever hated you, your testimony will not make sense. If nobody has ever doubted you or underrated you, your testimony will not make sense. Those people that hate you, disappoint you, malign you, they're actually catalysts for the place God is taking you to. Be happy. And do you know how to know a happy person? How that person always wants to make others happy. That's how to know a happy person. That's how to know a happy person. Anybody that is always interested in making others happy. That's how to know a happy person. I told my brother, I don't know if it was my brother or my wife, I told this. I said, nobody has the capability of ruining my day. Nobody. Nobody has the capability of ruining my day. You can't. Whew. Concept number 6. This one will challenge you. It's called the concept of averages. The concept of averages. The concept of averages. The concept of averages. Sorry, let me drink water. This is a coffee or tea cup, but I didn't have glass cup here. Please let me manage it. If you want me to lodge in better hotels where they will give me glass cup, you send me $1,000 each. The concept of averages. Yes, I'm drinking from the source. Hey, this people will not kill you. Somebody say, let's contribute and buy glass cup. I beg go. I beg go. No contribute anything though. No be church with this now. Ministry where they do. Ministry is different from church, right? This is our ministry. And we know that God has a way of blessing us for doing this ministry. The sixth concept is the concept of averages. I don't know how many of you here know about the law of averages. The law of averages in a layman term simply says for every input, there is an output. For every input, there is an output. Please, pay attention to me. If you're a business person, a career person, whatever it is you are doing, as long as you desire to be above the average, please pay attention to this particular law. On a normal time or percentage, this is the first place I'm teaching the law of averages. This is the first place I'm teaching the concept of averages. So consider yourself to be lucky. It says, let's say if you're a salesman or a business owner, you want to close sales. If you reach out to 10 persons, you may close 1 or 2. If you are too good, you will close 3. However, if when you reached out to 10, you closed 2, it means that for you to close 4, if everything is static, you need to reach out to 20. And if you want to close 6, you need to reach out to what? 30. Oh no, sorry, 60. Sorry, 40. This time around. How does that thing, why does this thing matter so well? It means for every time I want an improved output, I have to increase the input. See, anybody that has mastered practicing the law of averages succeeds more than the regular person. What does it mean? It means that if I work in a job and all of us are sales executive, and one of the responsibilities we're given by our company is that we are to make 50 calls every day. And out of that 50 call, I can convert 5 or 10. If I want to succeed more than everybody in that same level, I must find a way to increase my average. That is making sure I move from 50 calls to about 70 or 80 or 100. Now, let me show you something that happened in the scripture. Luke chapter 8, verse 4 to 11. Jesus told the story of the sower. He said a sower went out to sow seed. He said as he sowed, some fell by the wayside. The birds of the air came and took it. Did he stop sowing? No. Some fell on a rocky ground. He said as they sprout up, because they didn't have much root on the soil, they withered away. Did he stop sowing? No. Some fell on thorns. And as they grew up, the thorns choked them to death. Did he stop sowing? No. Some fell on good ground. What if he stopped at the first attempt? And listen, this thing did not happen simultaneously. They probably happened in seasons. That's what God is teaching us there. There is a season of your life where all your actions will return almost zero input. What do you need to do? Retreat? No. Increase the action. That's what he's saying. That's what the law of average says. For every time you make an input and get a particular output, while you try to evaluate why that output didn't work, the next thing you should do is to increase the output. So my target this year was that at the end of 2025, I should have 50 million naira in my account. And then while 2025 is ending, I didn't even have up to 5 million. What did he say? Evaluate why that thing didn't work. And don't say, okay, hence I didn't make 50 million this year. Next year, my target is 50 million. No. Increase it to 75 million. And when I talk about mastery, because all of false input does not bring out the same output. So there are those that will put in the same effort that you put in. And while they put in 10 units of effort, their output is 4. You put in the same 10 units of effort, your output is 1. Both you that put in that 10 units of effort and got 1, and the other person that put in and got 4, what he's saying is that if you must continue to get greater output, increase the input. So if you are prospecting 5 persons per day, start doing 7. Next time, start doing 8. Next time, start doing 10. For every time an input, an output is desired, must change. There must be a change in the input. That is the concept of averages. Oh, I love this Bible passage that says, in the morning sow thy seed. Ecclesiastes chapter 1, is it 6 or 12? In the morning sow thy seed. In the noon withhold not thy hand. Oh, that's that scripture that explains this average very well. Say in the morning sow thy seed. In the noon withhold not, in the night withhold not thy hand. Do you know what he said? Say, for thou knowest not. Hi. I love this thing. He said, for thou knowest not which shall blossom, whether it be the one of the morning or the one of the night. That means there is no possibility that all the seed you sow will die. Kai. The least that can happen is that one out of either the morning or the noon will germinate. That's why scatter it. Scatter it. Scatter it. Market it. Post on social. We don't post it. Anybody that is marketing on social media don't post for likes or engagement. You post to complete the law of average. How many have I done today? It's not about which one did they like. Yes, when you are saying which one did they like, it's for you to know which kind of content should I give them more. I'm mandating everybody that is here in 2026, increase your averages. What is it that you did this year as effort? If it's too small, multiply it by 2. Put more money in your ad budget, your social media advertising. Put more money in it today. Attend to more conferences that you ever went to this year. The goal is to always increase the input. Most of the times we are not even interested about the output. We are interested in making sure that that one that is our responsibility. For instance, for me now, I cannot determine the exact post that will do well on my social media handle. My own responsibility, what I have control, is to say that every day I'm going to make up to 6 content per day. That's the one I have control over. It's my own law of average. And it means if I want the ratio of the virality to occur, I have to increase my average by increasing the number of posts I make per day. The person that makes 6 and the person that makes 9, the possibility of one going viral is higher for the person that makes 9. It is the law of average. Remember that value always returns to its source. That's why when I walk out of my house, wherever I go, I see people. I want you to smile. I want the person I meet to be happy. I want you to be happy. Oh, you met somebody that is a human. I get so many DMs. People say to me, you respond to this. Somebody even told me, I've sent this person DM, but I sent to you, you responded. Yeah, because I'm a human. Because I want people to feel that it's my own law of average. That is why sadness cannot come into my life. You think we're here to play? No. I was telling one of my friends, I say even now that it looks like I'm popular, the workload will be more. I will be marketing as if I have 0 audience. You know how many emails I sent for this session? You know how many posts I made? You know how many posts we made? Even when we have some popularity. Increase your averages. Increase your averages. Increase in 2026. Increase it. Increase your workload. See, hard work does not kill, it purifies. There is no amount of work you do that. No, hard work does not kill, it purifies. It purifies. It purifies. It purifies. It purifies. A little illustration to close this thing. Do you know that the petrol you put into your vehicle, do you know the process it goes through before it comes out as petrol or PMS, what we all know as PMS? Do you know the process it goes through? Those refining is a very dirty process, inconveniencing process, high temperature process. Gold has no value in its raw state. And my friend told me some time ago when we were in school, he said that gold is not refined at room temperature. Kai! Gold is not refined at room temperature. It's not easy to be successful. Otherwise, everybody will be successful. Thank you. This is my person has a fractional distillation. It makes a noise we call cracking. Cracking. Fractional distillation. And they dissipate to their separate component according to temperature variations. That's how you get kerosene, you get jet fuel, you get PMS, you get diesel. According to fractional level, temperature variations at each fraction. Anybody that must succeed must subject himself to refining moment. Where, thank God we talked about pain in the beginning, passion, where you have deliberately chosen pain as your methodology for living. And that's why when people now see the flashy part of it, they don't know. Many years ago, I used to say it. I said, when we finally succeed, let no one say it was luck. Because when we were reading and dozing and waking up again and reading again, nobody was there. They didn't see it. When we used our pocket money, we should have used to buy shoe and buy good clothes and use it to pay for courses. No, but they didn't see it. I've shared 6 concepts for you. The last one I want to share may not be what all of us currently are, but I want you to have it in perspective as you are building in 2026. That's the 7th one. Am I correct? Or is it the 6th one? How many concepts have I shared? Okay, the 7th one now. That's the concept of institutionalism. Institutionalization, or you call it institutionalism. Okay, so now the 7th one. The concept of institutionalization. The concept of institutionalization. Yeah, I've shared 6. This one is the 7th one. The concept of institutionalization. Oh, thank you, Lord. No matter what you are building, either your business or your career or your family, know that whatsoever does not end up as an institution does not stand the test of time. That's why I said this one may not be for everyone. But even in your family, for instance, is there a prototype, a protocol, a methodology that you think this is how I'm raising my children, this way, that even my child can read of it tomorrow? That's why one of the reasons for documentation is to pass it across to the next generation. Which means if you are building a business, you must learn to keep structures and system on ground. Jesus did it. He didn't do it alone. He called the 12 disciples. What did he do? Sell the vision to them and institutionalize them. And we still have Christianity 2,000 years after, till today. If you are building whatever you are not documenting, you are losing. If you are not building an institution around your knowledge, around your company, around your product, around your services, the wind will come and blow and take it away. So while you are building, please institutionalize. And the best way to build institutions is to raise people. Everybody that God brings your way as your employee or partner is a co-partner in the process of institutionalizing that thing. Jesus was the Son of God. He had power to do everything. But he built a team. He crafted the vision. He sold it to the team. He allowed them to implement. They came back to him for evaluation. He corrected them and sent them forth again. Until today, the message is documented and passed on from generation to generation. Is there something you are willing to pass on to your children's children? How are you consciously documenting it? Why is it that in our house we don't use foul language? We don't say you are stupid. We don't say you are mad. It doesn't happen in this house. It's called institutionalization. Please don't be careless. There is a lot of, you have destiny to fulfill. Keep packaging your journey step by step. See, any level you are now, package it to document it. You are a story. I tell myself that the first inspiration each and every child of my children will find is me and my wife. Before anybody anywhere we inspire them, they are inspired by me and my wife. That's why when my child was few months old, 1 minute, guys. One minute. When my child was 2 or 3 months old? I can't remember it. I called my wife. I said, let's have a Google Doc for her. As of now, we have a Google Doc. We have a Google Drive for her. On the Google Doc, what am I writing there? I'm writing her developmental stages. The month she pronounced her first word, I wrote it there. The first word she ever pronounced was light. I wrote it there. The name of the teacher that received her the first time I dropped her in school, and the time, the exact time, the name of the school, the address of the school is already written down on Google Doc. Her growth, the worst pattern she's pronouncing is already written down on a Google document that is saved. I'm documenting her life. She's not going to, it's not a careless life. She's not, what she's going to practice in the future and all of them is not what's the head around the world. No, I'm patterning your story. It's institutionalization. I'm yet to produce it, but I have an idea of what is called a family tree. On that family tree contains about 12 branches, and each of those branches are the features and characteristics of our family. That is also how you build a business. It's not just code, it's about who we are. It's about institutions. Whew. And I believe that 2026 will be a great year for us. I don't know. I'm sure you will have had value today. If you have had value, please comment it before I close this nice session. Maybe I should take like 2 questions or 1. If you have a particular question, maybe. Whew. Thank you, Lord. Thank you. Finally, before we call it a night, this is almost 10:30. Thank you. By January 11th, we are starting the first batch of online sales bootcamp, which is a 30 days workshop for business owners, salespeople, and entrepreneurs. And by the grace of God, that bootcamp started January 2024. No, March. The first edition had either in February or March. I can't remember exactly. From that March 2024 to this time we're around, God has helped us that the students on my bootcamp has closed over $4 million in sales. No joke, no hypes. And I want to sincerely thank God that God found us worthy to use that platform for us. So, I'm encouraging you, if you're a business owner or a salesperson, come on board for online sales bootcamp. I think it may be the best year for you to start your year. And it costs so cheap because it's 50,000, but it's currently on a discount for 40,000. So, Thomas, I don't know if you are still on the call. Please help me and post the details. If you want to make payment for it, I think I've seen Grace here. A couple of people here, they've either graduate or they are also people that have registered for the upcoming one. Unfortunately, the discount is ending by 31st, and we have a minimum number that we can take. So maybe I'll call the number for you guys. You can write it down in your note or anywhere, whatever it is that you're writing for. if you want to be part of that process. In fact, to make it less cumbersome, just go to bit dot, let me write it. Okay, Thomas, I don't know if you can write the account details. Thomas, if you're in the call, you should be here. Thomas and the Amarachi, are you in the call? If you're in the call, please write it down. Okay, first of all, is there anybody here who wants to be part of online sales bootcamp? Some of you must have seen it. Anybody? Okay, I said the discount fee is 40,000. It's actually 50,000, but the discounted fee is 40,000. What books do you recommend for? Okay, someone here said I've already paid. I've registered. So okay, a couple of people here have already registered for it. What books do you recommend? Maybe I'll share some books for you later. It's 40,000. If you want to be part of it, I'm seeing a couple of people here saying they have been part of it. Okay, I'll register. I've been struggling in talking action markets. So please, how can I overcome this? Well, let me not take some of these deepest questions so that I don't corrupt. Maybe on the platform we can ask it. I'm interested. Why can't I post comment here? Let me see. Let me see if I can post the details there. Okay. It starts on November 11th, and then I don't know why I can't make comment here, but the people that I thought, how many courses are we expecting? About 10 courses. There are 10 courses on online sales bootcamp. I am also going to have live coaching like this, about 5 sessions, 5 live coaching sessions. There'll be certificate at the end of it. And you also have, is there anybody here that have registered? Please post the account details there. And then you also have group stuff on it. So in fact, let me show you how to go and register now. Use a link instead of account details so that it don't disturb anyone. Go to your browser, type BIT. Yes, bit.ly. Let me write it here. Type bit.ly/pay OSB. This is the link. If you use this link, you go and it will take you to the payment page. You can decide to do transfer on that payment page. BIT, that's bit.ly, that's bit.ly, then /pay OSB. BIT. For those of you that want to pay, you can go ahead and make payment now. Don't worry, I'll answer your questions. I'm still here, at least till 10:30. Bit. I don't know if you have seen it. bit.ly /pay OSB. Pay OSB. Not November. How can it be November 11th? January 11th. That's when it's starting. Are we going back or forward? I'm going to answer your questions. Please take it easy. Let me write this for those that... All right, so we are bit.ly. In case you didn't see the first one, bit.ly, bit.ly/PayOSB. I think that is cool enough. However, you can also send a WhatsApp message to 081. Let me write it too. I don't know why my technical people have disappeared. 081 679 60966. So you can send a WhatsApp message to this number 081 679 60966. Sure, you can see it, right? You can send a WhatsApp message to this number if you encounter any challenge. 081 679 60966. 081 679 60966. So I have some questions here. OSB is starting January 11th. However, the discount sales is closing this year, December 31st. So from January 1st, the price goes back to 50,000. But now you can get it for 40,000. All right, let me take some questions that I skipped. This person said, how many courses? I think I've answered that one. I've been struggling in taking action and consistency. Please, sir, how can I overcome this? The number one way to overcome this is to know why what you are supposed to do needs to be done. For instance, if you want to grow, why do you want to grow? Whenever you have gotten the full idea and conceptualization as to why you need to grow, I don't think you need people to motivate you so much. Everybody has the tendency of procrastinating and being lazy. But if the vision of what you are looking for is not something that is compelling you enough to accomplish that, you always procrastinate. So it's not so bad that somebody has an average life and that's what he desires. It's still okay for you. But I know whenever I'm talking, I'm trying to talk to people who are high flyers. Right? That's what I try to do often time. So number one, know exactly why you want to actually achieve that thing in the first place. Who will you impact? Because sometimes we don't know that our laziness is impacting our parents, impacting our siblings, impacting plenty people around us. So that's it. Precious, are you on the call? I saw Precious somewhere here today. If you're on the call, indicate, please. Okay, that's a question I have to ask. You can also share maybe on the group. So you mentioned public speaking. I'm aspiring to go into it in 2020. So what books do I get to build myself? So I wouldn't say it's a particular book in public speaking, but I think you should read more books on self-comprehension, trying to find who you are, right? Public speaker, are you going to speak across all industries? You know, when somebody say he wants to be a public speaker, somehow it doesn't. Are you going to be a public speaker in business or in relationship or you just want to speak across all? So what I would say you should do is focus an area and develop some level of skill and competence in a particular industry. You can start there and spread it, right? Or you want to be a communicator, right? I may not get particular books that speak on public speaking for you, right? But you can get books on presentations, on persuasions. Just if you want to be a good public speaker, just also learn sales to help you a whole lot. So somebody said, I missed the physical one at Asaba, and I know January online sales book won't be any less. Yeah, of course. See you there. Yes, I want to be part of it. Okay, go ahead and register. Where do I get the link? I've shared it. bit.ly/PayOSB. Pay, P-A-Y, pay, OSB, OSB, online sales book, and that is what it means. Please, can you mention some of the courses? We have DM marketing, we have partnership marketing, we have value communication and closing, we have Facebook advertising, we have what's this one again? Copywriting secret and strategy. There are 10 of them or 11 of them. I can't remember all of them. But what we are trying to do, the goal for online sales bootcamp is to help you that the target for everybody is in 30 days, you should be able to achieve 500% increase in your sales. Some people have done 1,000, 2,000 and more, but the target is move your sales at least 5 times in 30 days. And there's a group coaching and group task that is always given. There's a particular week we call field week. What we do in that week is put what we have learned into action, go to the field, lead, prospect, close sales, come back for evaluation. In fact, that's why we have been able to achieve so great results in a short time. So anybody that actually takes that course is cheating me, because the price is too much and the demand is too much, and you get to get so much at a very little price. Okay, so sir, please, the question about books on marketing. There are plenty books on marketing. Go and buy How to Sell to Nigerians by what's his name, Akin Alabi. Buy what's this thing, $100 Million by Alex Hormozi. I have an ebook that is called 30-Minute Sales Close. Maybe I'll drop it in the community so that you guys can also download it. My hard copy is coming out by next year, by the grace of God. Which other book? Go and buy The Psychology of Selling by Brian Tracy. I like Brian Tracy books a whole lot. There are plenty of them. Just go ahead and check it. Please, can there be replay? I need to go back to this teaching again. Yes, I think there will be a replay to this, right? And I love you guys so much. Remember, if you want to go and register direct, go to Bit. We'll be getting an online sales system. How do you mean? How to convince customers? Of course, that's part of the courses. Why is it a sales boot camp if there is no how to convince customers? And it's not just convincing customers. What I try to teach people at online sales boot camp is not just how to perform and get results. No, it's how to build something that is consistently can replicate results for yourself. That's what we try to do at online sales boot camp. Finally, click on bit.ly /POB for outright payment, or you send a message to the number I called for you on WhatsApp message, preferable 081679 60966 081 609 Do you teach on how to handle no? Overcoming objections. That's one of the courses. There's also making irresistible offer. I can't remember all the courses here, but if they were not what they said they should be, in this short time, we wouldn't have gotten the result that we got. I want to thank you all tonight for being part of the show. When the replay link is ready, we are going to send it to our group, right? And then wishing you guys all the best. If you have not taken your slot in online sales bootcamp, we don't beg you, bro. We don't beg you here, because we know that if you don't come on board, some people here have already signed up, and I can't wait to lead you guys to that journey. Do have a fantastic night's rest. Merry Christmas in advance, and have a fulfilling and highly rewarding 2026. May God keep us alive and healthy all through this time and 2026. Good night, everybody. I love you all passionately. Have a fantastic day. And even when the replay to this program is on, share it to your friends. Let them also be part of what is happening and advance their 2026. Have a fantastic night's rest. I love you all. Somebody said thank you for damaging ignorance. Yes, ignorance must be damaged. Thank you. I need to go. Good night.